Hey Chad, I'm back. How's it going? What's up? It's been a minute. I'm here with my first spooky game of Spooky Month. Stasis Bone Totem. I'm well into this game. And I haven't played it in a while, so I forget all my puzzles. Let me get my water. So... hope everybody's having a good day, night, evening, month, week, weekend, time with family, what have you. I did a test stream earlier, and everything was fine. And then I decided to do a live stream, not private, and got a bunch of frame lag. But I, like, lowered my upload because YouTube was saying it was too high, and now I've put it back up, and everything seems fine. For a second there, it looked like trying to go live and in a public stream was causing lag somehow, but a private stream was not. I've got 0 frames dropped, though. So, here we are, back with Stasis Bone Totem. Let's see, Charlie is somewhere in a creepy alien temple. And I'm pretty sure I have to go... right. This game updated since I've played it in like a month. Whoop. In a creepy alien temple. It just goes down, and I forget exactly what I have to do. What I do remember is that our little bear puppet buddy just finally hit a new area. I think I just used duplication station. Mac is also in like a bone grinding station. I don't think he had much to do, but we've looked at everything with all of these characters, I think. Except for our bear, who just got here, and now I need to remember my buttons. Steel spire stands sentry against the darkness. It's a halo of floodlights bathing the industrial cobweb below liquid golden light. Some big old piping. Beams of light reflected through rising plumes of volcanic dust and clouds of heat distortion. I don't even know if we can go over this way.
Bright. Pretty.
Warning. Thermal emissions detected. Extreme caution advised.
But nothing you wish to inspect closer.
Okay, but what if I do, though? I get achievements for... okay, I just can't go over there. You get achievements for, like, finding places in which you die. So, I gotta try it sometimes, right? Perpetual dull eruption of boiling water surges upward, a pillar of seething liquid infusing and infecting nearby metals with scathing heat. So we go this way, then. That's a really cool screen for there to be very little to do there. Tendrils of the facility. A handful of steps picture the entrance to a lower chamber, long since flooded by a thick layer of silt and loam. So we're going to be outside of the big temple that Charlie and Mac are in now, huh? Ancient mud-draped brickwork emerges from behind curtains of stalactite rock, a verdant coat of seaweed and algae growing between the crevices. It's almost like this big ancient structure, which is almost like a not Mayan thing. Whoa. Used to be not underwater, right? Tumultuous ocean current bulldozes through the nearby depressions, the violent flow drawn towards the rapidly rising waters within the thermal plant, ripping at the nearby geography as it roars past. Like, there's a huge drilling operation going on down here on the ruins of a gigantic temple. And if I remember correctly, the civilization, like, sank. This is kind of Atlantis, but bloody and horrible and alien. Shimmers of blue-green light drift down from within a hollowed vein in the rock wall, along with glints of reflective metal. Little remains of the ruined architecture appear strangely familiar, out of place in time. Stranger are the older ruins buried within. Dark stone surfaces exposed where the encasing construction has fallen away. Guess we gotta go around this way.
Charlie, giant toys.
Statues, Moses.
This whole place used to be on the surface, above water.
It's
What am I
incredible.
guessing?
Hope would love this.
Titanic bulbous-brained figure holds up an arm towards those who would approach, either in salute or dire warning. Probably warning.
Not just statues, buildings. Drowned buildings.
In its time, a more advanced culture than the Aztecs.
Oh, this is cool. Current location anomaly void. Unable to connect to base station. Buddy, move. Oh shit, I'm transferring.
It's a downed rover.
Update. Seismic charges deployed. Seismic charges inactive. Failsafe procedure initiated. Transmitting locations of charges.
Seismic charges? This is Kane Tech. What were they doing?
What they always do. Erasing their mistakes. The drone looks like it was mapping the exterior, then got repurposed to plant explosives.
Charlie Mac, I do not see any way back to you here.
He's right.
Also, don't
It's a
think
dead end.
detonating explosives up here
There
will
is
work
one
out well for either of
possibility.
our people.
Before it was reassigned, the drone discovered an anomalous air pocket behind one of the rock walls here. If memory serves, it
I
was
can't think of
very
anything.
large.
I
A
don't think.
cave system. The cartographers believed it might possibly connect to another part of the temple.
We could use the explosives to open it up.
All right, Bear. You know what you gotta do, right?
It seems like a
Now,
bad
Moses.
idea.
Right on.
I don't like this. Mose, be careful.
Charlie, you're the one who got everybody into shit. Okay, survey data loaded. Now we can go somewhere else. But where, though? Man, I'm glad to be getting back into this. This game looks great. I love its presentation on, like, everything. Here's our little cave system. I hate it. Can I send out a scrubber? I can click on them and do nothing, right? Hmm. I don't appear to be able to interact with these at all. What about that data I just got? Survey data loaded, which takes us here. Can't really use things out here, and that makes a lot of sense. Can I do anything else with the rover? I can't do anything here. Which is odd, because I remember last time I played this game, I couldn't do anything with my other two characters. And so we finally got Moses over here. So I was kind of expecting something. I don't like those sea quakes. Nothing. Nowhere to go over this way either. Usually, when you kind of ping stuff, it tells you everything you can interact with and look at. So, like, props to the game for environmental design, and most of the puzzles have been pretty great. But I definitely remember getting stumped on some stuff. This is also odd. Are these pings changing locations? I don't think so. I think they're like slightly off each time I interact with them. You don't have any items. It's not like I'm not... Maybe the survey data did something? I don't think so. I remember fixing the rotor with this thing. Thing must exist in spare parts database. So a bunch of this stuff is probably not going to matter much. Let's get out of here. Let me go look at the temple one more time, because it has been a while. Now the big temple section. It's a creepy ass bit, but I think I did everything, right? I already interacted with all of these. Yeah, these are all puzzles that are solved-ish. Bunch of, like, human skin stuff going on. We got down here. And I had to figure out a way to ring this shit. I remember putting this in, but something's not connecting. Check the body on the gong. I kind of don't want to stand in between. Right, that was like a puzzle. That sound was used for something up above. Is there... Big wheels and shit. Maybe controlling this. So maybe I'm missing something here. Dipro coils taut around the pillar. Tail end feeding it near my mechanisms. But I have a thing. I have a lever, right? I've definitely read all the PDAs. That's a lot. I remember reading through a bunch of this. Ugh. Nothing we can take from here. Older and more advanced than the Aztecs. I definitely remember feeling like I've interacted with everything around here. I don't think Charlie can go back. Right, we've done this. Flammable oil-like substance within the large earthen receptacle has seeped into the prepared canal. But I don't have anything I can light it with. This is our goo creeping out from the cracked belt. And I think this was the big puzzle that we had to use the sound for to get it kind of open. Let's see. I don't think, because if I move... Down here, Charlie can, like, combine things. But I don't think anything combines. And Matt can break shit. But I think we've tried that too. What's over here? This is just more research to look at, right? I've read all of it. Definitely Aztec stuff. Pipes are used for a puzzle already. This is what I get for taking like a month off of this game. Might have had to do with the DNA stuff. Mac, what can you see? You're in a completely different part of the temple. Or maybe even a different temple. Super outside. We're going over here, where Mac heard some voices. And shit was wild. And he needs to find a way to repair this shit. Right. Dangles precariously at the end of a spinning cable like a fisherman's lure. The interior seating is slowly drenched with an errant spray, the wet fabric already emitting a musty odor. You can get back in? Water flow blocking descent. Okay. I hope that's a different family. So I've got to find some way to stop the water wheel that I can't really interact with. Can I go in here? Right. There's a big, like, medical platform. And a door mechanism. That I don't really have anything that can stop. I need, like, a spike of some sort. So I can put something here. Something I don't have yet. And Mac is not very good with machines, except for breaking them. Was this thing going counterclockwise? There's nothing I can do with it right now, but it's definitely not. Right. So that might be something else. Maybe something to do with this thing. But I almost feel like I've already used it. Big, like, honestly, really cool statue.
An underground beach?
It's fresh water.
I feel like we already looked at this.
Back
What?
So far I can't see.
Fresh.
I do not like this water.
I wouldn't can fuck with that. Maybe the mechanism in here will start turning this wheel. Even though we've noted, like, this is ancient woodwork. And the stuff in there is definitely from, what are they? The corporation whose... I can't look at that. I can go back over here, I suppose. But I want to say... I've kind of looked at everything over here. I can still use this? No. Yeah, there's nothing there to interact with. There's nothing to interact with. And the same is kind of true up over here. This game comes with its own strategy guide, which is kind of neat. They realized they were making like a point-and-click puzzle game where people might get stuck every once in a while. Need a battery.
The way they've got this thing rigged up, it should charge pretty much any battery I put in it.
Right.
Low tech meets high tech.
But I definitely don't have a battery. Do you have a battery inside of you? Nah. You don't, like, need electricity or anything. Okay. I need a big battery. I need a big battery and a spike. There's nowhere else to go. Just a big bone mill. So, right. I definitely walked him back out here so the screen would stop shaking. Which means Moses here should be the only one who can do anything, but I can't interact with these. They, like, light up a little when I click on them? But I can't move them. It would make sense if I wanted to move them down here, right? Like, based on this. Or maybe I want to record something. But Moses can't do shit. Survey data loaded. What if I go back with this survey data? Like, there's a little cave up here, but I don't have anything to... No, it's just like how to play. What if I go back? Ah, the seismic charges. Do I... Why are the seismic charges on the facility?
I have found the first bomb.
It's
Whoa.
not a... is this really something we want him to try and do?
Who else can do it?
1 to
Continue,
12,
Moses.
3 to 4, 7 to 8.
Disarm that blast charge. Disarm all of them.
Then we can maybe move them? Oh, okay. 1 needs to go to 12, so that's good. 7 had it. Needs to go to 8. And 3 needs to go to 4. So it's good now, right? Yeah, we just disable that one.
Loud noises.
Good job, Mose.
That kind of looks like it would fit in the battery spot, doesn't it? Well, at least those puzzles are easy. Maybe we can use them on the cave.
Be careful, sweetheart.
2 to 12. 3 to 5. And then we just turn off the rest of them.
The second bomb is silenced.
Not bad. Not bad.
Kind of cool that they all have separate visuals and maybe even descriptions. Like, Moses just says boom blim. That's another cool thing that I remember really liking about this game. Every character has a different description of the items they're looking at.
I see it.
Watch yourself, Bear.
0 to 13 is good. 2 to 8. 10 to 11. I'm glad I can't accidentally set them off, like right now.
I have defused the third bomb.
Wonderful, my friend. Your ingenuity continues to inspire.
Yeah, Moses is great, actually. When I first started playing this game, I was really not sure about any of the characters. Mac was clearly like, "What's up, Deus? Can't stay for long? It's fine. I'm starting a little bit late." I thought I had upload issues again, but they went away. Still, not great. But yeah, thanks. Thanks for dropping by.
Charlie Mac.
I'm gonna have
the
fun
noises go
doing
here.
puzzles.
Yeah, Bear. All three of them.
Actually, before I
Are
do
we sure
this,
it's not too much? We want to preserve the
three
air
of
pocket
them.
inside, not collapse the whole thing.
Computer knows what it's doing. At least that's what you always say.
we
Yeah.
hope.
But Moses wasn't involved then.
Do it, Bear.
My Mac.
I kind of want to see what everybody else has to say about the bombs. Designed for controlled underwater detonation. Whoops. I do like... Okay, they're just all going to say that. What do you think, Mac? Looks like it would create a hell of a significant hole. All right. Give me those back. This explains why we couldn't do anything. Cool.
All bombs are ready.
Very cool.
The others appreciate you, my friend. The way they should.
They are my family. They are.
Are we gonna set these off in Moses' face, though? Please get a safe distance away. Those are industrial strength depth charges. You want to get, like, further away than that, mate. Like, 10 times as far away. Thermal charges go boom! Yeah, see? Very cool looking, though. Like, a bunch of this game is fantastic looking. Now Moses gets a dream sequence.
Charlie Mac are
Odd.
at the funeral. Bears are not allowed.
That makes sense. That's cute. Moses is always really, like, really weird looking. But that's cute. You're gonna go play with Hope's toys. Yeah, we're all a big family, and then Hope drowned one day. Trying to save Moses, if I recall
Mac is
correctly.
right. My fault. I am not a good bear. All you have to do is blink.
Huh. What does that last bit mean?
Moses, where are you?
Kane. I could hear that from here.
I am okay, Charlie Mac. I am brave and strong. I am in a cave. There is something here. Something enormous.
Like an arc.
Look at that. Mac, it's definitely metallic.
Yep.
Curved, looks like. Fluid dynamic. Moses, keep looking. See if you can find more of it.
Should be able to swim around a lot of it. I forgot Mac exclaimed Kane, the name of the company. But this game exists in like a hyper-capitalist hellscape, so like he says that instead of Jesus. Or even holy shit. Glowing color shift and move in rhythm. This pocket of dead current. Softness looms over the alcove, blunting the distant rumbling of the thermal plant. Bunch of bioluminescent plants. Pretty cool. Supercolossal bullet-shaped structure, aged and dilapidated, juts out from the rock wall. Corrosion and rust suffuse the metallic plates, its curved hull reflecting an unsettling kaleidoscope of shifting blue and green lights. Big ol' sand cloud. Gap in the rock. Let's go check out the gap. I love the sound design. Okay, we can just keep going. Right. Slow and perpetual metallic moldering crawls over the outer skin. Testament to the immutable decades this construction has endured. Big ol' rumble. A cane emblem, probably. Which does look... I mean... Oh, this is the Soviet sub. Oh. Star-hilted sword, backlit by a radiant cog, an infamous emblem of the long-defunct Soviet Union, and a decrepit badge of ownership for whoever built this structure.
Charlie Mac, you should see this.
Oh my god. Look at it. It's
Kind
a
of
sub.
still intact.
And by no means a modern one.
It's Soviet. Oh my god.
The subject of much debate when it was found. A new variable in an already impossible equation.
It's sunk here. What happened to the crew?
They survived the crash. For a time. But there was no escape. There was only sacrifice. And pain.
We did see their bodies
the
earlier.
bodies we saw.
Yeah, yeah. Tears and punctures in the hull allow cursive glances inside, though no details emerge from the darkness beyond. We can keep going by the look of it. Oh, I can interact with the sub. Never mind. Whoa! I was not expecting to get on top of it. Can I go over there? Highlighting a thing off screen. World hatch. Super rusted fin. Can I go over here?
Still in pretty good shape, all things considered.
Guessing we can't just drive it out of here?
Doesn't look like it's in
I
that
don't
good of a
think that
shape.
would go well for anybody. No.
It also does look like it pierced into these rocks, which is weird. Oh, this looked like it was above everything.
They stayed here, but they are gone now.
Yeah, if they sunk, how long could they have survived?
Right.
With whatever supplies they had? Not long.
Pretty lights.
Mac, he's right. Look. Bioluminescence.
We've been seeing a lot of it.
Explains a lot.
And graves that I can interact with. Great. Cave insects. A hammock. Can I go inside the tents? No. A Akula was deployed to great success. The housing of the piezoelectric ceramics and magnetostrictive rare earth alloys produced the Olaf underwater signal as planned. One more test and we can go home. Bunya's nowhere to be seen. He's hiding in his sanctuary, muttering to himself. He's not taking the lieutenant's death well. Andre, you intractable bastard, look what you've left with me. The officers have gone into a spin, and the seamen are following suit. You know I'm not cut out for leadership. That was a game for you and the captain. Now I've got no choice. I'll hold the line until Bonya comes to his senses. Then we'll be square. And the Rukya. Square. One day later. The situation is this. O2, not a problem in the short term. Air filters weren't damaged in the fire. We might get a bit woozy now and then, but we won't go out like Komarov. Water. The recycler should last indefinitely, assuming the pumps don't give out. No use worrying about it now. Food, that's not our weak point. Igorovich estimates we've only got 2 days worth, even with rationing. Or that is our weak point. How did the wannabe Tolstoy let the men clobber him like this? That's what we get for leaving a kid in charge of the food. Gave it my best. And Drukya, but this isn't my lane. Although the menial tasks I assigned kept their minds off hunger for a couple of days, so that's something. I can hear them even up here in sonar, shouting, cursing each other, cursing the captain and me too. Combined with the clatter of debris hitting the Lima's hull, it's quite the symphony. Not maddening at all. Same day. Akula is offline. Why do you go skull mode? Right? Akula's offline, and the sonar's cooked, but I knew that already. Just using my own tricks on myself. Now it'll take more work to ignore the gnawing pain in my stomach. Brain death might work. Turns out Komarov was way ahead on that mark. Komarov, just lying in the pantry. Useless, wasted, chilled. Burke's alive. I'm not even surprised. If anyone's going to survive that, it'd be him. More stubborn than my warts, that one. He picked the wrong pipes to tap on, though. The Joker wouldn't recognize Morse code if it was taped directly on his skull. I'll hold off on telling Kisa for now. No telling what that hothead would do. I should tell the captain, though. Might finally pull him out of his daze. Get him and poor Sergei out of his cabin. He's lucky the men are just losing their minds. Or there'd be more judgment. Busy losing their minds, or there'd be more judgment. Andre is not a fan of what we're doing. Can't say I blame him, but it's too late. Something is very wrong. That was not the Bonya I know. Is this 2 days later? 1 day later. He's had bolts of the cloth peek out from under his uniform before, but mostly he kept his faith to himself. Not today. I would call it religious mania if he hadn't remained so damn calm. Even while beating Stukov half to death for taking a bite first. Afterwards he stood and spoke about how he must purify ourselves. Knowing what we're about, what we did. 3 straight days of bone broth is enough to make starvation appealing. Seems I'll get my wish soon enough, though. No leftover corpses now. A week later. Kisa knows. He's been hanging around Igorovich since appointing himself the chef's bodyguard. Must have heard the pipes, same as I did. Now he's stormed off to confront Bonya. He's got a temper like a volcano. When I tried to stop him, he turned around and asked if our positions were reversed. Would Andrei have stopped trying to save me? Kid's got a point. I found Sergei confronting Stas, and he sobbed over a half-butchered Kisa yesterday. I made a joke about seasoning. He didn't appreciate it. Good old Soviet humor. All in all, we live in average times. Better than tomorrow, or better than yesterday, but worse than tomorrow. Worse than yesterday, but better than tomorrow? Yeah, it's just bleak stuff. Well, I got what I wanted. It was more a snarl than a sob, but it was an expression of emotion that wasn't religious zealotry. My plan backfired, though. He locked himself in his cabin again. Bastard may have murdered Kisa, but he and his purifying path were the only things holding these animals back from indiscriminately ripping each other apart. Things are about to get very ugly, and the mirror isn't exactly our friend now. Almost 2 weeks later. That's it. We've reached the endgame. The water recycler gasped its last. Sorry, boys. No amount of carnage will get you out of this one. At least I'll get to die in my little comms hidey hole. I've grown quiet I've grown quite fond of it up here. An unexpected... A month... Wait. This is from the 12th. This is from the 6th. Maybe it's supposed to be 16th? An unexpected laws of nature defying development were saved by Bonya, no less. Although it wasn't his intention, he was probably hoping to be greeted by some biblical scourge when he opened the main hatch, or at least the crushing embrace of deep-sea currents. He wasn't expecting breathable air and potable water. His woeful howling was eloquent on this point. Probably supposed to be the 16th. Well, that's one mystery solved. He who doesn't take risks never drinks champagne. During my sojourn in comms, I had a crack at fixing the transmitter. I was successful, but something was causing interference and preventing me from even attempting to send a transmission. Turns out it's these blue crystals sprouting up everywhere. They're phosphorescent, produce heat, and give me the heebie-jeebies. Just like all the other local attractions. But now I know. Igorovich is savvier than I give him credit for. He understands the deal, but he's got a good heart. Which worries me. I'll have to keep an eye on him. I found the perfect spot for the relay. There's a point at the furthest edge of our little grotto with no crystals. No crystals, no interference. Once I get it working, I'm not setting foot in that sub again. It was hellish before, but now it's just plain creepy and stinks of an abattoir. And you can hear Boinya's gibbering throughout the whole damn ship. Broadcasting an honest-to-God SOS. No way to know if it can penetrate the huge pile of rocks between us and the surface, but at least it's going out. Who knows, maybe we won't die here after all. Maybe these men's last memories won't be of eating their friends. Dream big, I say. 4 days later. That was hard to watch, even for me. They've been down here for like a month and a half at this point. It was hard to watch, even for me. The worst part, I didn't really want to kill poor Sergei. They were disgusted by his whimpering, by Igorovich's groveling, but I saw it in their faces. They were also ashamed. So Bonya had to do it. I didn't see him approach. He had Sergei on the altar with Goncharov's knife across his throat before anyone had a chance to move. Then he was off again, leaving the men to deal with the aftermath of his inscrutable actions. Dmitri, Alexei, and Kirill have left us without a goodbye. That craven bastard. I couldn't stand it. I went to confront Bonya about Sergei. He was just sitting there, mumbling to himself as always. He didn't acknowledge me. Didn't even seem to know I was there. So I decided to look around and found a loose wall panel. How did I not see it? He never ate with us, just read his interminable sermons. He hadn't left the Lima in weeks, but was healthy enough to heave all of Sergei's weight onto the altar. Rations, pack upon pack stuffed into that crawl space. Pathetic hypocrite, traitorous swine, skulking cursed thing. I'll put you out of your misery. This probably didn't go well. I was about to kill him, but when I grabbed his dirty, matted hair and looked into his eyes, I saw nothing. Nothing at all. Bonya's been dead for a while. His body just hasn't caught up. I didn't tell the men about the stash. His hold on their minds is disintegrating anyway. Best to spare them the pain of betrayal. The things you can do with a bit of Russian know-how. Some pH paper, a few pearls of our old friend sodium hydroxide, an altruistic desire to get wasted, and bang, you've got alcohol. You could run a car on this hooch. But I don't think the men's palates are at their peak performance. Let's have some fun. Things went downhill from here. My reputation as a cold, feckless degenerate is not entirely undeserved, but hey, mine too. But there's a limit to any man's capacity for denial. It was all my fault. I pushed the captain to go deeper into the caves, ignoring Andrei. I gave him the idea to use Komarov and let Kisa charge headlong into engineering. Wait. Are these older? Oh, I mean May? June? Same year? What do you mean you let Kisa charge headlong? Wasn't Kisa already dead? The captain had stationed a guard there, on and on and on. At least I helped provide a night of laughter and mirth for the men. That counts for something. Gone. Everything and everyone is gone. Those things, whatever they were, laid waste to our oceanside sanatorium. Bonya's stashed rations are gone. The water is polluted with blood. The things dragged Bonya from the Lima as he screamed his head off about his last chance. No idea how they knew he was in there. Farewell, Kloya. Non-being is better than madness. My solitude is complete. Should have made fewer jokes about using Stasis' corpse as furniture these last days. Too much truth in those jokes now. It is peaceful, though, here by the water, next to my steadfast little transmitter. I jerry-rigged the busted water recycler into a passable hydroelectric turbine. I reckon it'll keep the batteries going for a couple of years, maybe more. It's a clever bit of engineering. Here's hoping someone else will get the chance to appreciate it. Now it's time to sleep. What was your name? Dmitry Panzadolphin Gronk. 2 corpses, their legs and sleeves thickened with ancient dirt and muck, lie as if collapsed into a deep, relieving sleep. Air of terminal camaraderie haunts their final slumber. Glowing lights. Can you walk in here? Ah. Next to the crystals. Large dark stains bleed out from the accumulated dirt. Splatters speak of something spilled or cut open long ago. This would all be like decades or a century before Kane arrived,
Poor
though.
sailors. Poor people.
Their minds wouldn't be a part of the Nexus. It didn't exist then.
I forgot about the Nexus shit. They really do talk like there's a digital afterlife everybody's uploaded to automatically, no matter where they die or how. Makeshift grave marker of piping has partially collapsed. Bloody navy cap caught on an errant spoke. Really? Is that human remains? This is maybe a face. I guess Moses is going grave digging. Okay, that's much more human. I think. I mean, clearly, but... Does it look like there's a digit coming out of the ribs? Right? There's been a lot of very, very weird-looking bones in this game.
Hello, I am Moses.
They were buried in their uniforms.
Is it just rock in your eye socket?
Charlie Mac, is it a puzzle?
No, Bear. It's a booby trap. Be careful with that.
Interesting.
What if we put this thing on it? No? There we go. Now. Pear trap with arm. Dagger with chain. It's a sword. Like old-timey movies. What if... Well... Okay, I bet you can do something. I want to look around a little bit more as Moses. We didn't really go towards the sub at all. I don't know what the letter P is. Is that a Soviet thing? Mess with the hatch, or what else? Stubby antenna. Big old cavern. Quiet ensemble of popping echoes throughout the cavern as drops of briny water tumble from an unseen inverted forest of rocky spires above. Primordial air dampens fur and moistens rock amidst a thick aroma of earth and salt.
A
Oh, another
giant
document.
plate.
No, Moses. It's a satellite dish.
They were trying to contact the outside world.
It hums. I can feel it.
It's still
It
got
is
power?
active, yes. A modified version of the submarine's communication systems.
After all this time, it's still transmitting?
It is how the site was first discovered. By Kane deep-sea rovers.
Sort of pipe
Ironic.
sucks you in underwater.
Only
Got
now,
it.
after no one is left to rescue, was a distress signal finally received.
Was this the signal received by Kane then? But they already built like a oil rig on top of this thing. Machine labor and human traffic have crushed the underlying rocks in the rubble, submerging them into the shallow mud. Buried shards shift underfoot, like pebbles in a lake bed. What do we got here? Georgi Maximili. My dearest Anastasia, I write to you from the ocean's depths with a heavy heart and a longing soul. I fear that I may never see you again, and I must pour out my heart to you in this letter, lest it burst with the weight of my love. I've seen in... You have the... I guess it's a different face. You've got the same, like, skull scanning thing going on. I've seen an incredible event that has shaken me to my core. As I stood upon the deck of our Lima, my face and arms on fire, I tussled with the captain. Then the shadows came upon us. They had assailed our captain, intent on dragging him down to their watery lair. I watched in horror, and then something miraculous happened. They stopped their attack. Instead, they took him in their loving arms and carried him away. I do not know why they spared him or what fate awaits him in this underwater kingdom, but I know I saw a glimmer of mercy in their cold eyes, and I felt a strange sense of awe and wonder as if the very fabric of the universe had been torn asunder. My love for you will burn bright until my end. Yours forever, Georgie. Reams of clag have been tracked onto the vessel's surface, a mess of footprints and wheeled grooves. Some lights. What can I see with the hatch? Oh! Whoa. Right, because there's just, like, bits of the wall worn away here. Gotcha.
Mac, dangerous.
That's
Yeah,
a
there, you
fucking
got that
grenade.
right. Grenade rigged. It'll explode if it's opened.
Weird.
They were trying to keep something out.
Yeah, this wouldn't work too well to keep somebody in, I don't think. Can I saw blade it? Where can I click? No. Let's go back to Mac for a second. You're into underwater graphics? It's pretty premium. Dude, this game is really cool.
Arm shot from the bear trap. But this synthetic skin is something else.
You've got 3 different characters, right? And they can pass... They have like a quantum storage. So they can pass items in between each other freely, even though they're very, very separated. And have been for basically the entire game. Mac here, you can kind of see it, has a cool robotic arm. And he can break shit. Charlie is like a mechanist. Kind of. She can combine things. And then Moses is their little toy AI bear. And he can hack things. You know, what if... I think I know where the sword is used. But what if we try to use this to just cut the wires? No, I'm probably going to have to put something over the grenade to, like, absorb the explosion. But yeah, so... game's really weird. It's a cool little point-and-click adventure game. It's very, very grim. Lots of terrible shit's been going on. Can I walk? I can't walk in front of the water. Right, okay. Have I ever been able to examine... This looks like a body. Yeah, I made my avatar... I made myself dark. It should be reacting to the screen. I mean, it could be darker. I think... Give me that back. Armed and ready to snap again. Skinning mech harvest is not something I saw myself doing anytime. No. Yeah, this is, I think, basically just Stasis 2. But I never played the first one. I just saw some people talk about this one and how it's really cool, and it's been super cool so far. But I never played it. I was gonna try and put the sword in there to jam that thing shut so it would, like, open stuff. Give me these back. Can I use the bear trap on this to snap the wires? Yeah. Okay, so that means Charlie... Like, I've definitely gleamed stuff about the first one. Everything seems to be in kind of a hyper-capitalist hellscape where a lot of environmental problems are going on. I can't use this to light anything. Unless I can, like, use the bear trap to spark off the stone. No, okay. Fair enough. But, like, the way this game begins and unfolds, I feel like you don't have to play Stasis. Though I might have some more context if I did. I think it would almost be weird to have this big, ancient, like, Aztec underwater thing going on in the first game. Maybe not, though. Maybe the first game, like, had to do with the oil rig or something. Can I need some way to, like, I can do this, and it does nothing. Like, it's not tied to anything. And you can't really interact with anything else. Right? Yeah. I don't have anything resembling a battery. That's what I need for Mac. Large chitinous forms, gnarled and hollow, hang tethered and intertwined within the sprawling tissue of web and dead vinery. That's all I can do here. Which makes me feel like Moses still has to do stuff. But what? We just got a little dagger. Oh, let me go down this way. Haven't gotten down here yet. Or just on the other side now? Can I... Only thing I can interact with are these. I can't interact with, like, the satellite dish that still has power. Maybe there's a... like a battery? No, maybe... maybe Charlie can combine some stuff. Got new gear. What could be combined with what? Yeah, that's fair. I need something that can disarm that hatch. Actually, now that I think about it. Hey, Moses, just try and open it. Oh. I was 100% expecting to die from this. Right? This clips through the wheel! Whoops. It's fine. Maybe Mac can further break apart the sword and chain? Give me this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you really just do that?
Trick is, breaking the chain off as close to the hilt as you can.
Cool trick.
As a badass kid, I had a dozen of these swinging from my jacket and leather pants. Okay, so it's a small little chain. Ornamental design doesn't look like it was meant for stabbing. More slicing or teeth picking. Well, I mean, if it's meant for slicing, these are kind of metal wires, but... Right? No? No, I need, like, clippers of some sort. Well... Give me that back. Now that they're separate... No? What about the chain? I need something to merge these two. What can you do with these, Charlie? What can even combine? Can I use the chain? Sturdy enough despite its age, not a particularly good length, but I suppose it could still be used to bind something small. Like, all I can do is trigger this, which does nothing. I had to put that together. Can you combine something with the chain? Good old method of just try bullshit. She might be able to use the chain or the knife as materials for the duplicator, but what would I try and duplicate? Yeah, don't want to put them back together. Like, if I go up here and look at our machine, like, she's got to get that door open, and I've got to get a battery for Mac, and I've got to get something to open up the door with the grenade on it for Moses. So, we've used this before to duplicate a, like, fin for Moses' sub. Can't interact with anything. And we had to put in, like, raw materials to remake a second copy, so I was thinking these are just a bunch of iron. Right. Not one for knives, but I like this one. I'm sure it will come in handy as a wire snapper or a bug slasher. See, I was thinking wire snapper. But that doesn't seem to be the case. What do you all have to say about the different items? What's up, Reforged? Being a hot alien girl, I don't think we're going to see many of those in here. Most of them look kind of like this. Unsurprisingly, the arms mechanisms and pseudo-flesh crumpled. Arms mechanisms and pseudo-flesh crumpled and fell away as soon as it was freed. Slowly attempts to reform and mold itself around anything it lies on. It's both fascinating and unsettling to watch. Can I combine you with the saw? I don't know why I would do that. How are you doing, yo? Slightly brittle. Might not be the best choice for more strenuous tasks, but it will cut. I mean, I think I tried that, though. I need, like, clippers. Like shears. I was sure trying to open this would trigger the grenade and kill Moses. can't snap them this way. What do you have to say about everything? More for stabbing, or looks like it was made for stabbing or slicing or teeth picking. Doesn't look like it doesn't. Throwing weapon. Moses probably not going to have too much to say. Sharp. Scared it will eat me like it ate the arm. I liked the arm. Yeah, the arm was kind of neat. Is this what police use to catch bad guys? Not quite. You're at Radigan and Elden Beast? Didn't realize it's a boss rush? No, yeah. Yeah, you got to do them back to back. You got to get real good at Radigan. And then, honestly, I found Elden Beast to be easier. But it's got nothing but big attacks, right? And a couple that are kind of hard to predict. Like, as soon as you learn how they work, they're not that bad, but until it really clicks with you, they'll just, like, rain down on you and destroy you. Tastes like seaweed. Hoping I saw a movie with knights and they had these things. Yeah. They're slightly different. Why can't I use this shit to cut? I mean, they're definitely metal wires. Document's just a thing I can read. Both of these go to the same place, which is weird. Can I use one of these items on the bodies? Like, I don't think they have anything... None of these have any interact points. Right, like I can't try to take some of their clothing or any bones. Redigan's long wind-ups threw you off hard. Sometimes it's instant or hella delayed. Yeah, they like to do that. I found, like, during that fight, I was mostly getting... I mean, that's definitely a thing you have to pay attention to and kind of learn. What was mostly getting me in that game was, like, their massive AoE. Or in that fight was, like, their massive AoE. And don't they kind of, like, teleport sometimes? And they've got a couple of different, like, hover up in the air and then slam down style of attacks that have, like, different timing. You can jump over a lot of the shockwave stuff. But outside of that, some stuff can be pretty hard to evade. And then, yeah, you have to get to, like, the next area. I have to get this going again. You have to get to the Elden Beast fight with enough heals to actually deal with anything. You can still summon for it, right? I don't think there's anything I can do with the sacrifice anymore. That's where I got, like, the spine. Right, this guy went a little crazy, but he's yellow leaf. One of these people, I forget if it was yellow leaf or green leaf. That was like the environmental terrorists, the like avalanche equivalent. Nothing really to do in here. Here I need a battery, which these things are not going to interact with. God, I'm surprised this machine hasn't been shaken apart yet. That's so much screen shake. Is there anywhere for you to use, like, the synthetic flesh? I need something to light this. Maybe soak that shit up. Slap it with some metal for sparks. Not so much. Teleport AoE and slams. Godfrey was easy. Malekith was harder. I mean, they keep making... A lot of people have huge trouble with, like, the Godskin duo. Malekith was pretty mean. His 2 phases being, like, very different. Malekith's a fun fight. Can I go back? I don't think I can go back. I just like crawled over a pipe to get here. And it fell after I crawled over it, I think. Oh, nope, never mind. What can we see back here? Right. Didn't I already do the maintenance panel bit, though? No. Yeah, we had the AI thing. That we messed with here. The big, weird-looking AI thing. But now there's no interact points, so that's not a thing. Door's shut. Door's stuck. Might try Malekith's sword or the Blasphemous sword. I don't think I ever played with Malekith's sword too much. I remember using... I used the black knife some, and I think Malekith's blade has some similar stuff to that. Alright, here's the AI organic thing. Where did we even put that shit? The Blasphemous sword. That's the one you get from Rykard, right? I think both of those can be pretty good if you've got the stats for them. I forget. I remember... I think I used the Blasphemous sword a little bit. Why are the crystals inside the tents? You have it plus 10 already because it gave you so much. Yeah. They're both really strong. I remember having fun making a build that used the I forget what it's called, the Faith and Magic sword. That's old. Only thing you have to interact with is this. And I feel like we've made some progress, so one of you has to have something else they can do. Can I use the skin on this door? Snake boss under Volcano Manor. Oh, yeah, if you beat him, I think you, kind of block off the going hunting quests from the Manor Lady, right? That dude gave me so much trouble, but I was trying to fight his second phase. Like, I learned to fight his first phase legit instead of cheesing it. And then to cheese it, you just walk into the lava because it doesn't do any damage, right? And then you can just wail on it super up close and like a bunch of its stuff misses, or it's really easy to predict what it's doing and react to it at that distance. It just doesn't do like different attacks. And so I was trying to fight his second phase in kind of the same way, keeping my distance and like using charged heavies or whatever with the big gimmick weapon they give you. And all of the skull explosions was just like chaos across my screen, and it was super hard to dodge a couple of things. And then I started cheesing them, just like getting up in their face, and it went so much smoother. I think as soon as I started doing that, it went down in like 1 or 2 tries. Leave me... Oh! Well, that's not what I was expecting.
Smart Mac.
Depends on what's behind it.
A lot of bones. Okay, that opens the door. Doesn't power the wheel. Yeah, the lava doesn't really do damage. I mean, it does do damage, but you know how in the lava manor? Did you try running around in the lava manor? Because in old Souls games, especially like Dark Souls 1, lava would just murder you. You'd melt so fast. In Elden Ring, you can walk around in it for like minutes, and it's without healing. It's kind of nothing damage. And so for the giant snake and then Rykard proper, he has like the pool of lava around them, and you can just run up inside of that and start wailing on them point blank. And like a lot of the big snake stuff is really easy to walk around and not bother with, and a lot of Rykard stuff is a little bit easier to manage. I think mostly just because he doesn't do as much stuff if you're right up in their face. Lots of bones, an overflow of femurs and ribs. Thick muck oozes from dripping strands seeped in the rocky ceiling, carrying with it a pungent odor of rotting sea life. Trickle of salt water. Bones on the floor. A troglodyte. That's not very nice. The man thing lies broken. Dark fluids running from a shattered cowl and burst body. Pallid rubber skin and inhuman digits twitch with evaporating ghost life. This is probably one of the inhabitants of this area, and not one of the like regular humans who came down with us, or before us rather. Titanic cog labors along the wall. I've got to be able to use. Let's go over here.
The grinding wheel dislodged. Gotta disconnect the main wheel from the milling stone. Somehow.
While it's all together.
Wood piece got jammed in the rivets.
Can you get it out?
No. Tension from the wheels got it wedged. Only way maybe would be to cut it.
Well, I have something that can cut. Damn, I have another thing that is actually not really meant for cutting. Okay, we use the bear trap, but what do I get from being in here? I got nothing, so I've got to do something else. Push comes to shove, I could use it as a throwing weapon. I thought because he was a boss, his lava did like a special amount of damage. It's the same lava as outside. It might be even weaker than the lava outside, to be honest.
Another body. And...
Oh, we just looked at this.
I don't think it's human.
It is one of the native inhabitants of this place. And you are right. They are not human. Not anymore.
Faran. Still with us, are you?
To the end, I think.
I'm kind of surprised Faran has lasted this long. That's the only thing I can interact with down here. says there's a bit of wood stuck in it, but like I don't see it. Right? And Charlie describes this thing as still being able to cut. Weird. So I don't get anything from this. But at least I used one thing. It's a little bit of progress. Can you break the saw blade into like even sharper bits? This makes me think that Charlie has to do something. Because again, the only thing for Moses to do is trying to get in this hatch, which is not happening. I don't know why I keep clicking around. The game tells you, like, interact here, right? Which is great, because there's no pixel hunting. God, Charlie, how are you barefoot in this place? Was there any one of these things that, like, I've done all these puzzles, right? This one, we took the skull out of this one. These we moved around and got some shit out of. I got some lore on the way, I think. Hmm? Yeah, okay. The hell am I playing? That's a fair question. I'm playing a game called Stasis Bone Totem. And I don't know what that title has to do with anything. So, my characters found a seemingly abandoned, like, oil rig. Or science vessel or something like that. And we exist in a nightmare capitalist hellscape where most of the environment is just super fucking dead. Right? And so they're looking for salvage that they could sell. Because they're in massive debt. And so we found creepy nonsense going on the oil platform, which wasn't really an oil platform. It was like a research thing. Can't go over here. Can I do anything with this? Like cover these? I don't know what that would do. But so it's like a horror puzzle game. It's a really cool, like, point-and-click adventure thing. Does nothing, which is why I thought I could maybe use the chain to, like, link it up here. But I guess the chain's not big enough. It's weird that this does nothing. Doesn't even swing the hammer. Yeah, I can totally see that. I was thinking, like, kind of the AVP movies, which are, like, bad and not worth watching, but I think that first one has a bunch of people go to, like, a research, or go research a place up in, like, the North Pole somewhere, and they find like a temple that the Predators built a really, really long time ago that housed an alien queen, and they go there for rituals. And so I don't think I can show much of it off, but it kind of looked somewhat like this. So this place, the research vessel was found, like, the company that built the oil platform looking thing was researching like a mold that had interesting properties, but they also have like official occultists as part of their employees. You remember that movie? It was so bad it was good. Yeah, exactly. Like, even some of the action was kind of not great, right? Maybe I might tried every combo, because Charlie here can combine things. There's no way it recombines. I don't have... How do I not have something that cuts? Right. Yeah, that movie was really awful. But entertaining because of it. Like, some of it was cool, but it was never good. Like them using the winch crane thing at the end to escape up the ice tunnel, and like, why would that thing ever go that fast? Really want someone to make a really good AVP game? That would be dope. That'd be a lot of fun. I played the absolute hell out of... God, it's been so long. Either AVP or AVP2 with some buddies, like a long, long time ago. I don't think I can combine anything. I can't use anything. Start this, and I don't have any batteries. I don't have anything to clip the grenade wires, and I don't have anything to dislodge the wood. But yeah, like, the aesthetics of this game look super good, right? It's very cool looking. I like it a lot. And so, lots of weird, like, bioengineering stuff was going on. The crew on both the oil platform and the research station, which was at the bottom of the sea, but above where I am right now, all went super crazy and started hearing voices. And, like, having their dreams bleed together. See, like, this guy talks about dreams and reality kind of blending. And so while all of this research was going on, they discovered this area, this weird temple. Well, and a bunch of other ancient temples and things. That's why it kind of has like an Aztec feel to it. And this is just the dude's love letter, isn't it? Yeah. The lights don't have, like, a battery attached? Damn. Can I go this way? No. I can only go this way. I can't get back in the sub. There's nothing to interact with over here. So, there's this ancient civilization down here, and it was like a contemporary of the Aztecs and Mayans, though way more advanced, though we don't really know how. And then it sunk, kind of like Atlantis. And while it was down here, they continued to live. And the weird fungus that, like, has been causing brain problems and mutations and things is probably the cause of that. There was something about, like, their fauna, or their... Oh.
Great.
How did that make
Now
sense?
it's got a grenade.
How did that make sense? I guess I never tried using it. Game? Why was that a solution? Well, we're going in. That's all I've got. You read a weird-ass book on bioengineering? Instead of wars, countries would make an animal and cage fight other countries? That's odd. There's a lot of fiction that's a little bit like that, right? Like, what is it? G Gundam is countries deciding which country gets to be in charge of the world via, like, one-on-one Gundam fights.
Hold there. Spiders. I do not like it here. This is no place for children to play.
More than that, it is a tomb.
Moses here is a child's toy who has been radically upgraded. Yelena Agorovich. I'm troubled. The comrade captain ordered me to do a terrible thing, an act that will leave an indelible black mark upon my heart. Yet it may be the only way to stop this crew from tearing each other apart. Are 27 lives worth the price of my soul? These musings are mute. I dare not refuse. And Gronk waits outside, listening to my pipes. I know that man is eccentric and dangerous, but what a time to inspect my plumbing. Regardless, the path ahead lies deeper into the dark. I'll need you in my heart. A beacon. Yours always, Stas. Stanislav Agorovich. To Elena. I was like, this doesn't look like an Elena. Yelena. I've begun my work. I hate to describe it as such, but I know not what else to call it. My burden? My shame? At least I helped Komarov get the last laugh. He'd always ask me to make golubtsi. I'm sure he'll enjoy forcing them in to eat boiled cabbage one last time. Have you seen the Avatar dog? You just made it and it will become sentient or highly intelligent. Avatar dog mixed with Blade Wolf. No, I've seen the, like, what is it? The Boston Dynamics stuff. The, like, robot dog. But I haven't seen any, like, military AI dog stuff. But I've seen the robots that Boston Dynamics was working on, like, I think for the military a while back. And yeah, everybody was memeing on that. Like, they were showing off how incredibly well balanced it was by just kicking it around and having it not fall over. But if that's not what you're talking about, I don't think I've seen an Avatar dog thing. I thought it would just be Komarov. I thought we were giving him dignity, creating life in death, but it only led to more death, to a hunger for it. Yeah, big old cannibalisms happened down here. When the captain brought Kisa to me, he broke the seal. Goncharov has assembled a pack. They've been taking other crew members, delivering them to me fresh. They guard me at all times. You were this, yeah, the chef. Stanislav was the chef. So I am not free in my actions. This is an ancient, like, Soviet sub that crashed down here before any of that corporate stuff I was talking about before began. I think the timeline... It's fully organic? Blade Wolf with a tail blade? Damn, no. I haven't heard about that at all. I'm gonna look that up after this. That sounds wild. The other survivors have been rounded up, tied in the next room. We have no refrigeration now. Every day I'm sent in to peel another portion from one of them. Damn. Long pig. Soviets went super crazy. And desperate. Each time they beg me to end it, Between their sobbed screams, the knife in my hand would be a final hope if I dared. I do not. I'm weak. Forgive me, Lena. Being freed from the Lima has been good for them in psyches. They are mostly their old selves. Even the few prisoners left alive seem content to forget everything that happened mere hours ago. I don't know if I can do that. It weighs on me. I cannot sleep. The campsite is calm. Sergei freed himself from the captain's grip and remains with us now. There's no need for further violence with all the dead left from those last hellish days. Water is plentiful, but I cannot sleep. I've cured most of the meat. It will last for weeks now. That is as much as I can stand. Before, hunger would let me ignore my conscience, but now as I try to sate this ache in my stomach, I see their faces and hear their screams. How has Gronk remained apart from it all? He never comes for the meat. The shadows are watching us. Captain was right. There are demons here. Yeah, they're weird. What did Matt call them? Troglodytes? Pygmy people? Lanchka, I'm saved. I followed Gronk. He found edible algae growing around the crystals deeper in the cave. He's agreed to share with me. But I'm pretty sure that edible algae and some of the plants are what, like, mutated the people that fell down here originally. I begged him to tell the crew, but he stared at me like I was a fool. To feed everyone, we would have to go deeper into the shadows. We both know that is not an option. There's something there, something more dangerous than even than our disturbed comrades. Whoops. My love, I think this will be my last letter to you. My wound festers, and Dmitri is not my most exemplary nurse, despite his protestations to the contrary. We buried those we could find, a sailor's grave for all. At least in the end, the ocean will be a place of rest for them, rather than one of horror. I know you will never see these notes. All the same, I love you, Stas. Sucks, dude. Fold-out chair. The chair is hardened in place, angled towards the Frankenstein tower of machinery above. The edge is worn and nibbled away by corrosion. A mold-eaten headset dangles off the side, suspended in weather wiring. I don't see a chair here. That looks like a wall. Airlock, corroded. Empty food containers. Cavalcade of worn dials and dead screens. Rust under morning shroud of cobwebs. What's in our distribution box?
Charlie Mac.
Well, that's
the
a puzzle.
Pictures. These are useful.
You're right, Mose. Those are escape suits.
If any of them are left.
You could use them to reach the surface. They would likely survive the water pressure outside.
Moses, we need those suits. Do you understand?
Yeah, but...
Find them. I am a very smart bear now.
I will aid him in his search. While I still have time.
Dying AI friend. Can I... Okay. So... we can patch that gap. Which is cool. And then... and then what? I can poke at it. I can use the sleeping scrubber thing to clean it. I think I don't have what I need here. Oh! Oh, that's the dead battery. Well. I know where that goes. I think I clicked on Charlie. Mac. Damn, it seems like Charlie was way ahead of people. Mac, charge this battery. Hope it doesn't explode. Absolutely ancient. We'll be lucky if this doesn't explode as soon as we plug it in, let alone the chance of it still working. Yeah, but, I mean, what else are you gonna do? At least if it explodes down here, you might maybe be safe. A charged battery. It's fucking sparking. Not sure how much juice we can squeeze out of this, but some is better than none. Indeed. Moses, I got that battery fixed for you.
It rumbles.
The bear got the hydraulics going.
Good job, Mose. Search the sub. You have to find those suits.
My Charlie.
Working on it. Can I not interact with that anymore? Damn, I wanted to look at the sub diagram. A couple of those shits were red. Some things are going to be closed off.
I do not like this.
What was this? A prison?
Oh, no. It was a pantry.
Yeah, it was both.
Kane.
That's what those messages we just saw said. Lower torso's been carved away, most of the ribs pried out, leaving little but clumps of ancient gristle clinging to the bones. Gnaw marks stand proud against the pristine cartilage. Ugh. Gnaw marks. Someone was just chewing on the body. When, like, arm meat remains. This cadaver's the most intact, but for a bound stump hand, judging by the pools of dried blood beneath, another had been cut apart here before this poor soul took their place. Yeah, that also lines up with the chef's notes. Anything else? I can go down, or... Oh, more corpses. Seasoning accoutrement. Molding items. Lots of blankets, clothing, and cushions. Molder next to a collapsed deposit of sanctioned 20th century Soviet literature. The material possibly donated to comfort the incarcerated appears to have been scorned and left untouched. No surprise there. Let me keep going down this line before going actually down. Andre Burke. Junior Lieutenant Engineer. While I am cut off and likely to soon perish, I do so with a light heart, knowing that Nikolai will protect the men, including my brother Kisa, to his last breath. That did not happen. If they must face death, he will guide them to a noble end. Also totally didn't happen. Kisa, I pray that you remember my advice to you. Do not let your emotions control you. You're a good man and a fine sailor. You have won the men's respect by your virtues, as I knew you would. Please, help Nikolai. I know you do not trust him. He's a good man and the best I have ever known. Gronk is a genius and, at his core, a decent person, but he will not be able to support Nikolai alone. He'll need your strength. Some Morse code. Dmitri, do not! No going back. This might be the same Morse code that loads at the beginning of the game. I lost 2 people today. Kisa is dead by the hand of the man I trusted most. I know his murder is not my fault, but I cannot help feeling it is my responsibility. And this burden weighs too heavily. I've lost my dear brother, who only wanted to protect those in need. How far apart are these? Like on the same day. No, this one doesn't have a date. Lost my dear brother, who only wanted to protect those in need, and my closest friend. Whoever that man is out there, that is not the Nikolai that I knew. There's no reason left for me to fight. I'd apologize for leaving you alone with this mess, Dmitri. But you just tell me to stop pissing around and get on with it. So I shall. Take a look. What do we even have over here? Torpedoes. I don't know what I can do with any of those.
This is a door. But how can it open?
A radiation door, my friend. It will only open in cases of exposure.
One of these rad scientists burnt
would
out.
lie beyond it. You must open it.
Radiation.
I mean, Moses might be able to, like, accept some radiation. Let's, puncture this shit. Oh. And the possibility of a whole breach, the watertight seal will be deployed unless radioactive materials are detected in the room. Unless... Oh, the watertight seal is... I mean, this door's like half burst open already, right? By another one slamming into it? I still have this fucking unconscious scrubber from like hours and hours and hours ago and no idea what to use it for. I can hear something rattling inside when I shake it. Maybe don't shake the grenade, Bear. Can you give a description of something not in your inventory? You can. Change to keep the grenade from detonating as long as we're careful with it. I mean, that's what the pin is for. Absolutely archaic. Not sure it has enough power left in it to do much damage to anyone, but better safe than sorry. haven't tried using a grenade on anything, but I'm going to keep exploring with Moses first. Vacant torpedo sockets. Because this one fell.
Another bomb.
This
A
one's
nuclear
a little
torpedo?
more powerful, Bear.
A nuclear
Is that
torpedo.
A nuke?
Yes, a smaller warhead. Designed for minimal fallout, maximum destruction. And likely radioactive after all this time. A relic of another era.
What if we just made it leak? Poke it. Damn. Leave the grenade here. Oh, damn. I might have to go down into the belly of this sub then, huh? I've seen shit like these before. Dude, I've got a cousin who works on nuclear subs. I wonder what he would get out of looking at that ancient Russian document, if it's like anything resembling accurate. Okay, let's go down. A pew. It's in their
Books,
library.
Charlie.
All rotting where they lay.
Captain must have been a religious guy.
One of the old
One of them
religions.
definitely was.
Russian Orthodox would make sense.
Before Cain killed God.
Yeah.
Relics. Memories of the lost that no one even remembers. All those who pass suffer this fate. To be forgotten.
Not everyone. I will never forget hope.
You are an empathic spirit, my friend. I admire you.
Farhan, stay awake, Farhan.
I am trying, Moses. With all my strength.
Yeah, he's not doing so good for a brain in a jar.
Shame.
Hello.
A puzzle.
An impossible one, I'm afraid. The numbers on the dials have worn off. Or were never there.
Nothing is
Interesting.
impossible.
Interesting. Changes which one's highlighted. What about... Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking for. Might not be moving at all, huh? Oh. Okay.
Ingenious,
There we go.
Moses.
Cleverest bear.
Watching you is inspirational.
And we got rid
I
of
am
the...
glad I am here for the
listening thing.
story. However it ends, I am unsure to what depths of despair I would sink without you, my friend.
I mean, we're the ones who told you you're like a brain in a reactor, so sorry about that. Torpedo key. And a flare. Okay. I chewed it a bit and it left a weird taste in my mouth. So these match up, at least this one and this one match up with the symbols on the nuclear warhead. Maybe this one, but definitely 2 and 4. Anyway. So like a door, messy horizontal, clean horizontal, dots. Okay. Take a look at the altar and a document. Carpeted floor. I'm surprised that's lasting at all. Logbook. Myriad pile of logbooks and charts have been hastily stacked. Pages marked with scraps and dog-eared bins. Any log of note would have been scrawled over in deep red ink and appear to be the ravings of a madman. Rotted wood banner. Dilapidated banner bearing the emblem of the Russian Orthodox Church. Hangs, ragged and torn as it succumbs to the age of decay. What's in the document? Captain's log? Nikolai Boynya. The Lima is no longer operational. We are stranded. Andrei is gone, drowned. He went against both my advice and direct orders. I had no choice but to seal all of engineering when the flooding started. He should have followed orders. He should have listened. God protect us all. A tribulation. That is what this is. A test from God to gauge if we are worthy of rejoining him. The devils outside try our minds, while inside we tear at our own hearts. But they must understand this is his way. I think you have a really weird understanding of any God from your time. Is this like 1982? 2082? It's Soviet, so... He's faithful and just. If we confess our sins, he will forgive and purify us from all unrighteousness, so we shall be delivered. I shall save these men yet. That didn't happen. Many will be purified, made spotless and refined, but the wicked will continue to be wicked. You intend to harm me, Kisa, but God intends all things for good. The completion of our task, the salvation of our souls. None of the wicked will understand, but those who are wise will understand. It is of more importance to the Lord that a man acknowledge and confess his sickness and cry for help in his heart than with his tongue. For the tongue is capable of deception, and the heart is not. Those can both deceive. Kind of makes me wonder. There's like a hive mind thing going on with the weird fungus. If this guy was... Well, I was going to say, like, if this guy, because he was one of the first, these old Russian subs, or submariners, being, like, subsumed by it way earlier than all of the modern people coming here, maybe, like, his weird religious shit is in there trying to control and direct that hive mind. But then again, like, the ancient civilization was here and part of that shit way, way, way longer. But maybe they're kind of immune to it. They're definitely transformed and, like, are different than regular people. So maybe they don't react the same way. I've failed them. They're lost to sin. Goncharov roams my ship with his pack, his rage unchecked. Agorovich indulges in the men's gluttony, disrespecting his sacred duty. Gronk has disappeared entirely, surrendered to sloth. And Sergei succumbs to fits of dread, despite my ministrations. My attempts to mold him into a man like Andrei. Andrei, I failed you most of all. With your strength we could have saved them. Me evil shall not stand in thy sight. The devils call to me. Only 4 days later. They know the time has come. Their calls crescendo in my soul. So I say, my strength has perished, and so has my hope from the Lord. If we cannot be saved, then I shall be the one to deliver us to damnation. Most Holy Virgin, look upon me. I smile for you. Yeah, you're just a religious wacko. Never trust the zealous. 2 weeks later, I thought I heard the voice of God, but I was wrong. I then heard the voice of Satan, but I was wrong again. The mundane notions of man kept fooling me into thinking there was a purpose in our being stranded here. I've led these men into sin, and they went willingly. Even young Sergei, so fearful, so pure, he partook of our craven feasts with equal zeal. They are awash in sin, and I with them. Why does it say he prayed with himself? Why not aloud? Because God listens more carefully to what his heart says than his lips. What a man thinks and feels as he prays to God is more important than the words of his tongue, the words his tongue forms. Tongue is capable of delusion, but the heart does not delude. It shows a man as he is. Yeah. You can self-delude with that organ too. I hear the devil shrieking again. They are a product of my broken mind, but the shrieks seem so real, so insistent. The putrid rot of sins extracts its toll. I'm certain the other men are suffering too. I could save Serezha from his pain, his timorousness, but I cannot grant relief to the others. They would prevent me. There is another way. The torpedoes remain untouched, still bristling with power. Their arming key is hidden in my safe. So will God choose between two men for his house, and will choose not the one who appears outwardly righteous, but the one whose heart is filled with God's healthy righteousness. I shall bring this demonic circus down, Andre, and rejoin you at last. Are you planning to nuke everybody, but failed somehow? What's up with the altar?
So young. So proud.
The whole crew. Kind of more of them than I thought. Let's take that. Saw without a blade. I know what we can do about that shit. That's not paint, Moses. Baked beans. What the fuck am I gonna use that for? Weigh them. 16. Can I weigh like a bunch of stuff? What do I need to know weight for? $16 ounces of beans. Can I do it again? I guess it does briefly flicker over here. 16 ounces of beans. Let's go back. What happens? Is that the only place I can go down? Could I go down? No, I couldn't go down back there. That's the initial room. Didn't open anything from there. Can I fuck up the torpedo?
This symbol. It is bad.
You got that right. Looks like it has a radiation shield, too.
One.
Mose, please be careful.
And not just for his sake. That thing goes off, it takes all of us.
Probably. But I need like a screwdriver. Are you not good enough? You're not good enough. What if I burn it with the flare? What if I spill baked beans all over it? Oh no. There's a nuke eating beans. So this is not a good enough screwdriver to get the screws out. Which is odd. It turns them a little bit, but then they like fall back in. Are they even on? I need a better screwdriver. Okay. Charlie. I need you to combine these two. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Blade has been replaced. Man, that like crank saw looked so much smaller than this blade. Agent Rod have compromised the device function. Won't be surprised if it falls apart when used. That's fine. I have a thing I need to cut. As long as it works once. Mac is more likely to break it than anyone else. He's good at breaking shit, and probably too strong. Let's go see if we can get this operational. Gimme. Right?
Got it. Water wheel's free.
Way to go. Now get out of there.
Fast as I can.
We're gonna go down even further. Which, I mean, might get him close to Charlie. Right? No more flowing water blocking the way. Now it's all nice and moist in here. Cable break failure. Cable break failure. Did I even look at this before? Cable break failure. I don't have the chain anymore. So I need to do something more with Charlie and Moses. Matt, can you break open this can of beans? No? What about the flare? What about the grenade? Damn. What do you guys have to say? Undoubtedly safe to eat? I don't think so, mate. What do you have to say about... Despite how much Macador's baked beans, they make them a little volatile. It sounds like a diesel engine reveling. Gross. Flares can be used for lighting. Oh, hey! Defensive countermeasures and distress signals, all of which are useless when you are underwater. None of us are actually underwater right now, and you need something to set on fire.
Whoa!
That was bright.
Screen flashed over here. You okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Whatever this is, it's really flammable. The heat coming off it is intense.
Rudimentary technology, primitive culture, a power source.
Precisely.
That's what I'm hoping.
So what did that power? Damn, the lighting change is cool. Don't step on it. Oh god. Can you even walk into this?
Holy shit, the whole place looks like it's burning.
Language, Mac.
Thought this whole place burning was what you wanted.
Not with you in it.
I mean, I would burn this whole place. Crush it in a black hole. Oh, that's cool. Couldn't even, like, see this side before. Now it's working. Interesting. It's like steam power. Now do you work?
The fire, it started everything spinning.
Buddy, they're doing more than
You
you.
act like you're superior to everything here.
Right?
But you're just as trapped as I am. Just as helpless.
We're all trapped here now. Thanks to you.
Can you not even begin to understand?
Charlie?
Her too.
Nah, Charlie, Mac's right.
That wasn't her.
Who are you trying to convince?
You.
Me? Or you?
You!
Hope is alive.
Buddy, even if it's a clone and a perfect clone, which they totally use to lure Charlie down here, it's not the same person. Yo, steer clear of that door. It fell under this. That's weird.
I don't like the looks of this.
Indeed.
Yeah, well.
My knowledge of this place ends here. You are about to enter a part of the temple no one has ever explored before. It is impossible to predict what you will find beyond.
I don't see any other choice.
This whole place is connected.
She's right.
We'll find each other. The only way out now is through.
We're all we've got left.
You are wasting time.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You're not helping. For a supreme intellect, you should help more. Hey, chapter 4. I'll play a little bit. Sure. We're all we've got left. This is only my 4th or 5th stream of this, I think. I think 5th. So, like...
The door sealed behind me.
How?
Back that way.
It fell off.
Looks like a crypt. Like Ferran said.
I guess the
Some
rocks
kind of
collapsed.
Sarcophagus in the middle of the room, too.
We saw one of those up on the rig.
Yeah. Not unsettling at all.
We saw one of these up on the rig. A raft-shaped sarcophagus appears molded from solid gold. Within the faded fur-lined interior sleeps its skeletal occupant, adorned in rot-stained jewelry. Bunch of jars. Bunch of webs. Golden skull. I don't see a skull. The resplendent skull dominates the tomb wall, framed by an arched crown of steel thorns, bearing an emblazoned sigil of authority and reverence. Authority. Wow, who knew there would be a crossover in between this and Baldur's Gate 3? Cluster of dust-covered pots and vials, a chemical like fetor emanates from the faded jewelry and petrified foods contained within. Let's take a look at this clock. Oh yeah. Let's just spin it until it kills me. I would say one of these has to be correct, but it's not going to stop me when it's correct. This changes something somewhere else. Yeah. What's in the sarcophagus?
I do not
Cool.
like this.
I'm with the bear. Disturbing the dead. Never a good thing.
It's dead.
Is inside.
Why? What's in there?
What do you know?
Primitive, ritualistic symbolism. Its use within this room is predictable. It will allow exit. 81% accuracy prediction.
I mean,
81,
dude,
huh?
I could have told you that. I need to find more shit. This... Stop breathing, Charlie. Yeah, she's dead. Oh god, that's in her nose hair. Charlie just died. Ugh. Yeah.
Charlie?
She's not dead?
Contaminants detected. Initiate quarantine and sterilization protocols immediately.
How's she not dead?
Charlie!
Okay. I'm okay.
You're extremely not okay. What is inside? Do you know what you just exposed her to? She came down here, risked everything for you, and you... The female's chances of survival are above 50%. A necessary risk margin, and an acceptable one. What do you mean necessary?
I mean, it's taking that risk too.
I swear to Kane. I have explained already. Kane has no power here. Only I do.
You don't have much power either.
Our only chance at survival now. That chance diminishes the longer we hesitate.
You seen... God, Charlie. You're fucked. Death mask. Not the thing on his chest, but a death mask. It seems molded from a particularly hardy type of leather. Probably human. Or like the people down here. Though I'd rather not know where it's sourced from. What do you have to say about this, Mac? Shit's dumb? I agree. Charlie is kind of at fault here. Whoever buried these corpses clearly didn't like seeing the death grin of the decaying. Ironic, considering all the morbid architecture. Yeah. Do they do Halloween here? I think it's a lot worse than that, Moses. Nothing to interact with. Just the dead. A spirit door. Doorway fashioned from a single stone block could lead to the underworld.
A spirit door. In this primitive belief system, behind it lies pathways to another realm.
Scary door. Stay, Charlie.
I can't, sweetheart. I can't.
God, you had a better mic than the others. Okay.
As I collated, ritualistic vestiges were required.
Bitch.
What did I inhale?
My
Death.
Charlie.
You inhaled death. Can I move these? I can't interact with them. But how do I know which ones I want? Right? I can make them match the clock. Which ones? Let's go this way. I guess. So blue, white, gold. Blue, light blue. Butter instead of piss, I guess. Shit, they look different. That white, that yellow one I just went past. Fuck, what was the middle one? It's changed. Okay. Piss yellow, green, red. I'm assuming. No telling if I'm doing this right. It could be in the opposite order, right? If I just change one of you, does the clock change? I had this in the middle, right? So maybe we do red and yellow on the sides. But it changed again. God, remembering all of these. Red. This yellow. Maybe it's the other white. This white with the mini teeth and like 4 eyes, even though those totally aren't eyes, is like, no, I was looking at this one in the middle. Shit. Do you change every time I look at you? Okay, green in the middle, yellow with the hair, and red on either side. I think it changes every time I look at it. Fucking... Which one's the green one? Red. Yellow. Okay, let's try opposite. That clearly wasn't it. Melty face in the middle. This guy's white in the other one with mini teeth. And then like the thin head with more jewels. Why are 3 of them white? Melty face in the middle. You're right. It was this one. Can I fucking stop this thing from moving somehow, maybe? That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. Damn. It looks like it starts here and then goes to here. Sort of. There's no ridge. See this ridge in the background? There's no ridge here. Let's try thin jewels in the middle. Or, I mean, it looks like with the wings here, this is the start, right? So Melty Face is 1. Thin Skull with the jewels is middle. And blue is last. You're in the middle. What do I do after that? I can still check that thing, which kind of makes me think that it might still be involved somehow, but it's like a thing that's always happened. You can always check things you've already been able to check, even if you can't do anything with them. Okay, so red, white with the swirlies, yellow with the hair. Which one of these is fucking orange? Red, white with the swirlies. Is that you? You. And then... God, why is my short-term memory so bad? What's on the lower right? Blue? Is there anything else I can interact with? No? Man, Charlie's just going to fucking die. White with the orbs, melty, thin. Is there any indication that I should be doing things otherwise? I could try it opposite each time. Thing is, this shit just changes every time I look, right? If I could stop it somehow, that'd be one thing. Okay, well, blue in the middle, and then thin and white with the teeth. We can try both. Blue in the middle. And then let's go ahead and put white with teeth up here, because we've already got thin down here. Nope. There's no, like, unique sound going off either. There's just a few different sounds that it cycles between. I'm clearly doing something wrong, because nothing is happening. Unless you have to, like, mix this and match this every time somehow. Fucking just grenade it, please. Like that. It's like it changes every time I inspect the thing, right? But maybe... because if I just leave and come back... it didn't change. Well, there it changed. Is there a pattern to it? Does this thing change every time I look at it too? It does. Fucking what? Can I seriously not unscrew these? Mac, can you break this thing into a better screwdriver, please? Damn, can you break open the beans? Can you break open the grenade? Sometimes this game throws hints at you if you inspect shit enough times. Can you maybe combine the beans with the dagger to open the beans? No, okay. That's not a thing. And it doesn't matter what I try and use here, it always just spins it. But you change every time you both change every single time I look at you. Which makes me think that they're not even being saved in between looking at them. Is there anything with the gears in the back? They always just go back to the same. Man, I guess the ancient civilization down here had, like, nothing but all the fucking time in the world to come up with puzzles. This orange one is not on the clock, right? Am I crazy? This orange one? And this wild gold one. Basil geese. But that's nothing. This also looks like the most completely out of place of all the other ones. Yeah, those two are not on here. We've got like swirly, thin, hair, blue, teal, teeth. I guess I'll call you orbs because you and you both have teeth. And red. So right now we've got red, swirly hair. And you're not on here. Red. I don't think that one's on here either. Swirly hair. Nada. And if we go backwards... What if I do only the three that aren't on here? Right? I don't even know if this one's on there either. Though you might be the one with jewels in your eyes. Those three are not in the other puzzle. Will that set it off at all? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. I don't see any relevance in the back either. Is it maybe 1, 2, 3? Because this one's different, right? This arm... Like, these two look very similar. They have very similar ends. They're both toothed. This one's maybe like Captain Gold. But this one's round. Does... I mean, this one's got little bits of gold in it. And that's dark? But so like 2, 2, 1? Or maybe 1, 2, 3? But I don't know why. And I'm assuming these are just different bone carvings going into it. Fucking nothing. Fucking nothing. I don't see anything on the sides. Those are the only 3 things I can interact with. Resplendent skull dominates the tomb while framed by an arched crown of steel thorns, bearing emblazoned a sigil of authority and reverence. I don't get it. They change every single time I interact with them. Lining them up in a clockwise pattern or a counterclockwise pattern doesn't seem to be the key. Swirly hair... teal. Swirly hair bug. Swirly hair bug. Nothing. What if we swap these two? Nothing. So let's swap you. Whoops. Nothing. Nothing. It's this constantly moving. What it makes me feel like is I have to do multiple series, right? Like I have to line it up right on the wall according to whatever the clock said previously, and then come back and look at it and do it again, and come back and look at it and do it again, and come back and look at it and do it again. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like blue teeth melty. But neither of these stay static from whenever I walk away. Blue teeth melty. And that might not even be it. I might have to... That only moved once. So Green, red, swirly. That sounds like a horrible swirly. Not that there's a pleasant swirly. Green, red, swirly. That one didn't move at all. That's weird. The only way that makes sense to me is that this is all random and it rolled on the same thing. Green, red, swirly. Green, red, swirly. Yo, how much Adderall do you have to do to make these puzzles? Skinny blue teeth. Damn it. Skinny blue teeth. Blue white melty. The other thing that could be going on is this thing changes actually according to time. Blue white blue. Wait. Blue white melty. Like if this changes according to time, then what the fuck? It moved one. Teal red swirly. Teal red swirly. Can I just walk through it? Can I just turn on no clipping? I would love to turn on no clipping. It didn't move at all. So let's go do teal red swirly again. Am I getting somewhere? Teal. Red. Swirly. It didn't move at all. What? What if I did white hair teal? Fucker. White hair teal. Swirly hair teal. So I did swirly hair teal. Now we'll do skinny blue teeth and see if it goes one more. Skinny blue teeth. Why? I feel like I'm getting nowhere. I feel like I'm missing something. feel like I'm missing something. Like, we did swirly yellow teal, and then it changed to skinny blue teeth, and then it changed to teeth melty skinny. What if I just do blue teeth melty and like keep the pattern going? Blue teeth melty. They've got to be related, you know? Okay, did that go back a step? If I do hair teal red, right? Or we'll do skinny blue teeth, and then if it flips back again, they're related. But how can they be related? Because they don't stay static. Skinny blue teeth. And then it does a 180. It does a 180. So we'll do yellow, teal, red. And by yellow, I mean hair, teal, red. And like there's these skulls that aren't on the clock. There's 8 skulls on the clock and 12 in this rotation. And if there were 16, maybe there'd be like a difference, but I don't even know. Hair, teal, red. And then what? It went back. So we'll do skinny blue teeth, and then we'll just keep following this and see if it lines up. We'll do skinny blue teeth. This is some of the most obtuse shit I have ever seen in any video game, and that includes every single Resident Evil and Myst. Moved by 1. But if I do fucking hair teal red, it flips to here, right? Hair. Where's teal? Teal. Red. Goes back to the fucking start. Teeth, hair, swirly hair, teal. Damn it. God, I wish I could right click to go back. Swirly hair, teal. Teal is after melty. Teal, red, swirly. And because they change every single time I look at them, no matter what I do or don't do, I can't be certain that, like, going over this sequence, right? Like if I accidentally misclicked on teal up here again and then went through all of it again until it was teal, I can't tell if that like screws up the other portion. Teal, red, swirly. This is bordering on asinine. It goes back to here. What if I said fuck this and went teeth, melty, skinny? That was teeth. Teeth, melty, skinny. Damn it. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my fucking mind. And then we'll do red swirly hair. Which I feel like is a combo I've done before. Just because like red swirly hair is a phrase that kind of makes sense. And so I remember it. What is the goddamn logic here? Holy shit. I need to go make dinner. I'm gonna gale myself if I keep poking away at this. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. The emblem on this thing's chest doesn't match up. Can't use anything. Charlie is extra dead. Wait, you're swirly. What if we make this all swirly? Nothing. You're swirly. We used your death mask. I wanna fucking stab your entire race. Your entire culture, at least. It's crazy that it, like, it makes no sound, and nothing stays the same whenever you leave. And this, you know, makes no sound if it's turning whenever you're not here. That stays the same. Teeth melty thin. Teeth melty thin. Y'all, I am fucking perplexed. So I'm gonna go make some dinner and contemplate whether or not I want to look up the solution to this, because wow. Wow. It's wild how obtuse this is. These things just change. Like, do I need to stop my PC clock is a thought that I'm having. And that's dumb and crazy. But hey, no dropped frames this stream. That was a fucking worry whenever I launched it. Anyway. Reforged, Teddy, Deus, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. This is nutty. Oh, now I see the skull. It's an eye socket here and here, and it's like facing straight forward. And the symbol is not relevant to anything. And it's gold. We just change it all to like the gold skull. Even though it's not really gold, it's super orange. Damn it. Nah. None of them have that symbol on it. None of them have that symbol on it. Maybe this gold one? That's the more actual gold thing. Like, I'm getting nothing from my attempts. What's right, what's wrong, what's backwards. So, every single random thought and attempt is just as valid as the rest, which is to say, not at all. And I'm only assuming... God, now maybe these feathers could be pointing at something, right? And these are not pointers? Because I can't put 5 in. None of this background means anything. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm making some dinner. I might look this up for next time. Which will probably be soon, because I do like this game. But like this one... There's been so many points in this game where I'm like, I don't know. But like, just trying shit and exploring gets you somewhere. But Charlie's the only one that's got somewhere, and she hasn't picked up anything. Except for that death mask that got her here. So like, the battery shit, we've done with that. The water wheel stuff, we've got that moving. Water's no longer coming in here. We just need to fix this, which we can't do with any of these. Which makes sense, because none of these make sense as, like, a fix. We've gotten this far with the nuke, right? We've got the key in there. So we've got 4 colored wires. I need to go get my... Keep talking and everyone... And no one explodes. I always forget the name of that game. Thing. This will open if we can, like, poke the nuke and make it radiated. Even though, like, shit looks radiated. And there's a door in the way, so I don't think that's gonna do anything anyway. I don't have anything that'll work here. Right. What the fuck are these beans for? What the fuck are the beans and the unconscious scrubber for? It's crazy. I've had that unconscious scrubber for, like... I feel like more than a full chapter, even though I know I got it kind of in like the outside submarine area when Charlie was walking around in the suit. And this clearly correlates to the nuke, the colors, right? 1, 2, 3. Beans are 16 ounces. I want to stab the photo. Yeah, so Mac and Moses have nothing to do. Moses needs a good screwdriver. Mac needs something to fix his brake system. Matt can't break any of these. Charlie can't combine any of these. So the only thing left is this. Unless I'm wrong about Moses? I haven't walked outside of the sub since powering it on, right? We powered it on and we came down this way. But maybe, and probably not, but maybe, Yeah, there's only a couple things we can interact with. Wait, can you not go back out? You can't go back out. Okay. There's nothing else we can do with Moses. He's got to light up that nuke. Expose himself and this area to radiation. So that this door down here will open, you know, maybe. It looks fucking jammed. Right. This shit looks jammed. But maybe it opens backwards. But I am... Can I please just, like, cut the wire? I have a knife. I have to decouple it. But that shit's not working. Alright, I'm gonna go get dinner. Chances of me looking up the answer to this are increasing. I am sorry for the last 45 minutes or however long I've spent twiddling those Aztec dials. But the rest of this game is so goddamn cool that I do want to come back to it. So, like, it's got that going for it. Anyway, thanks everybody who came out. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this in the future, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get some food. I hope you have a nice day, night, evening, all that jazz. Rad Mahou. Bye-bye.